the ending of this movie, I have to be honest with you, I did kind of tear up. Hey world, and welcome to Nerdy Keith. So today I am going to do a movie review. I am going to review the movie Alex Strangelove, the Netflix original. So obviously this is an LGBTQ love story. Now previously I also did a movie review on another LGBTQ related movie, The Pass. So if you're interested at all, check the link down below in the description box for a link to that video if you want to check out that video. But I do have to say LGBTQ movies are so important because it's so important for the LGBTQ to have that visibility, to have that representation in media. So first of all, I absolutely loved this movie. Now, I know there are a lot of other online reviewers who gave it a very middling, average score rating, but me personally, I thoroughly enjoyed every moment of this movie. Now, granted, it wasn't perfect. What movie is, right? And I know there's also a lot of comments and other reviews online comparing Alex Strangelove to another LGBTQ movie, Love, Simon. Now, I have not seen Love, Simon, I have to tell you, so I'm not going to have this comparison to Alex Strangelove when I'm reviewing this movie. So I guess depending on your opinion, that could be seen as a good thing, that I can just review Alex Strangelove without that constant comparison of Love, Simon, which I will get around to watching and also reviewing at some point as well. But for today, I will be reviewing Alex Strangelove, which I genuinely really did love. I love this movie, and the ending of this movie, I have to be honest with you, I did kind of tear up. It was purely the icing on the cake. The way the movie ended was just perfect. So Alex Strangelove is the story of a closeted gay teen, Alex Truelove. And yes, as he says in the narration, that is his actual name. Alex is a nerdy high school student, has some of the highest grades in his school. He is class president, and he has a really great girlfriend. Yeah, that's right, a girlfriend. So you would think Alex has it all figured out. Or does he? So he befriends Claire, who eventually becomes his best friend, and then eventually becomes his girlfriend. But much of the movie is surrounded around Alex being a virgin, and there's a lot of pressure on him to lose his virginity. And Alex insists he really wants to lose his virginity, but for some reason, something is holding him back. But what could possibly be holding him back, I wonder? Isn't his life just so perfect? One of the things I love about this movie is it captures so well the struggles of gay youth and how confusing it is for them when coming to terms with understanding themselves and more precisely understanding their sexuality and coming to terms with their sexuality. It is honestly a very confusing time for a lot of gay youth, and this movie captures that so perfectly. It really gets to the heart of just how confusing it can be for gay youth to figure all this stuff out. At one point you have one character questioning, oh, shouldn't you just know who you're attracted to? And then that is contrasted so well by another character, basically giving a monologue to all of the reasons why you can't just always just know who you're attracted to as you're growing up, as you're exploring yourself, as you're learning who you are. Giving all these reasons to exactly why it can be so confusing for a lot of LGBTQ youth. And the interesting thing is, the character that seems so insightful about this isn't even a gay character. Yet he is observant enough to know that it is quote-unquote like Mad Max out here. And yes, sometimes you can feel like Mad Max when you're growing up gay or bi or trans, but you have to try and navigate that. You have to try and find that acceptance within yourself, to accept yourself, to come at a point where you found that inner peace so that you can truly accept yourself. And of course this is also portrayed so well by Daniel Doheny, who plays the character Alex and plays him so well. I can't speak for everyone, of course, but for me personally, I really connected with that character and I really felt for him. as a character with all of the struggles and confusions that he seemed to be going through. The pain and struggle of this character really came across so well on screen, thanks to Daniel's incredible portrayal of this character. As for the supporting characters, some very interesting moments from Alex's other friends, particularly Del and Josh. However, I do think that Alex's other friend Blake could have been implemented a little bit more consistently, but I really liked Del as a character. Ironically, he was actually one of the more supportive of Alex's male friends, which is quite ironic due to his very blunt way of getting pretty much most of what he had to say across. But the reality is, all he really wanted to do was look out for his friend, which is very admirable and very impressive, especially for an 18 character. But aside from that, it was just a very funny character as well, some really great comedic moments with Del. He's just a very likable character. It's kind of hard not to like this character. He's a really great character. Then we have some interesting moments with Josh, a scene involving a frog. You should watch the movie to find out exactly what that entails. It's, let me just say, it's quite the journey. Then things really start to shift when Alex meets Elliot, a very sweet gay guy he meets at a house party hosted by, I want to say it's hosted by theater students, or hosted by like a theater group from their high school or something like that. It's not really clear. But it is a house party that is hosted by theater students. But anyway, that's where he meets Elliot, and right from the get-go you can tell that there is definitely chemistry between these two. There is a definite and obvious spark between the two of them. How they are around each other, how they play off each other, how they react to each other. It's very obvious. The flirtatious energy is on point. One major flaw a lot of people have pointed out about this movie is that Elliot should have had more screen time. And that I do agree with. He totally should have had more screen time. Very sweet character. It would have been nice to see more interactions with him and Alex. However, in saying that, the scenes that we do get to see Alex and Elliot interact, those are some really sweet and very moving scenes that we get to see these two characters and how they evolve a possible romance, and it really makes you want to root for these two. There is also some playing around with the possibility of Alex being bisexual. I think a lot of gay youth do go through a similar process of questioning every aspect of our sexuality. Literally questioning everything and even entertaining the possibility of bisexuality or pansexuality, at least until we can figure things out. Which is a totally valid journey. The struggles of a closeted gay teen coming to terms with his sexuality, and I happen to think that it was very beautifully done. And, you know, some moments were a little bit raunchy and a little edgy, you might say. But all in all, I really did love this movie. It's the kind of movie I would watch again. In fact, I've seen it at least twice already. I would rate this 4 out of 5 stars, and I do highly recommend that you check it out, especially if you're LGBTQ. You will be in tears at the end. I promise you, it is such a touching story. So if you have Netflix, check out this movie. I highly recommend it. And if you've already seen this movie, then let me know what you thought of this movie down below in the comments or via video response. And until next time, everyone, bye world. Thanks again for watching, everyone. As always, feel free to subscribe for more videos if you like this video, and check out some of my previous videos on this channel and also on my secondary channel, Keith's Universe. You are also most welcome to follow me on social media such as Bluesky or Mastodon.